Development of the 2024 Ferrari back at Maranello is seemingly coming to a close. With just under 2 weeks for the car's official launch, news has started flying out of the factory, revealing key details regarding Ferrari's 2024 hybrid concept car. So, what are these latest leaks? What changes does this so-called hybrid concept incorporate? And what do they mean for Ferrari in terms of performance in the upcoming 2024 campaign? Let's discuss all of this in today's video, so don't go anywhere. Ferrari went through 2 troublesome years, both in terms of baseline consistency and reliability. That meant data gathering was the only option the Italian racing team had to employ, gaining crucial knowledge to at least develop a near enough competitive machinery for 2024. In that time, Ferrari was able to pinpoint exact flaws within their car, and has provided hopes for the 2024 campaign early on. Signs arriving from Maranello regarding Project 676 are quite promising, and Vasseur recently revealed that a complete revamp won't be the best approach for 2024, but an evolution will be, pointing out to a change of about 95% year on year. When talking about this matter, the Ferrari team principal went on to say, "Again, it's a matter of tenths of seconds. I mean, it's all 0.1 or 0.2% performance that we're looking for. It's not 5%. For sure, we have to do a step. I don't underestimate the step. We're changing 95% of the components of the car. Perhaps you can consider that it's a revolution." 95% is the amount of change Ferrari are making for the 2024 car from the SF23, and the latest leaks reveal details regarding the exacts of the made changes to Project 676, ranging from aerodynamic revisions up to mechanical and baseline updates, down to power unit improvements. Let's start as usual, from the aerodynamic elements. The SF23 started with the in-wash concept, carrying over the bathtub side pods from its predecessor, the F175. Ferrari believed this philosophy had its own perks, like high aerodynamic efficiency, but compared to the RB19's performance, the SF23 had no chance. So Ferrari committed to change, and introduced half downwash and half inwash concept side pods at the previous Spanish Grand Prix, mainly due to the S-duct being present. That upgrade did help Ferrari in terms of achieving better stability and improved tyre performance, but it was nowhere near the effect of total downwashing side pods concept would have provided, so Ferrari are going to change it for the 676. The side pods will prominently feature a continuous sloping upper profile. The upper part of the side pods will lack ducts, replacing the oval inlet with distinct Red Bull-inspired letterbox-style inlets. This alteration aims to decrease resistance to forward movement while ensuring proper airflow for the power unit's heat exchange requirements. The lower profile of the side pods, basically the undercut, serves as a dual aerodynamic purpose, enhancing airflow towards the rear axle and concurrently reducing the car's front section. Talking about the undercut, Ferrari will be making revisions to the car's chassis in this regard, specifically around the car's side impact structure. Both in the SF23 and the F175, the lower anti-intrusion cone was in the side pods. But to introduce a prominent undercut on Project 676, the lower anti-intrusion cone will be housed in the floor section, similar to rivals like Red Bull and McLaren, serving an aerodynamic purpose around the car's floor. Next, Ferrari are going to update the front wing design for the 2024 car. They will have those fins on the second plane to aid outwash, but the aerodynamic shape will face revisions. We saw what sort of revision Ferrari is aiming for with the latest Haas front wing back at Austin, a lot more Red Bull-esque design. It has been confirmed that the Haas design will be reiterated and developed according to Ferrari specifications. This change is made to allow more outwash from the front, allowing for more free, high-energy air to flow towards the car's middle and underbody. While the front wing is only worth about a tenth according to Red Bull, nailing the front wing design is crucial, as it is the first part air touches when the car is moving. The front wing dictates how much air travels to which segments of the car, how much air travels to the upper side pod section, how much travels through the undercut, and how much flows to the underfloor, proving its significance. Talking about airflow, the underfloor is a big player in these modern Formula 1 cars, and Ferrari are making significant revisions there as well, starting from the Venturi channels, making them longer to provide more airflow to both the diffuser and floor edge in a much more continuous manner. Following that improvement, the diffuser will undergo changes. According to reports, a smaller gearbox is in the works for Project 676, which gives a more usable area to the diffuser section, allowing Ferrari to maximize downforce generation. The revamp of the gearbox also allows Ferrari to make one more aerodynamic revision, focusing on the car's rear center bonnet. The rear center bonnet will be expanded to the Red Bull design, allowing in better components heat dissipation. This change also allows Ferrari to place the cooling gills on the top bodywork, eliminating low energy travel around the car's suspension and beam wing, minimizing losses. Next, let's talk suspension. Reliable sources suggest that the Ferrari 676 will feature a completely revamped transmission, impacting the rear overhang, suspension pickup points, and the arrangement of torsion bars and shock absorbers. These components are slated to be positioned in the upper section, indicating a shift towards a pushrod configuration. In contrast to the current pull rod setup, the redesign of the rear overhang, apart from affecting weight distribution, reinforces this conjecture and hints at a comprehensive alteration of the diffuser profile. Opting for a rear pushrod design enhances the redirection of airflow towards the rear axle's central section, curtailing aerodynamic effects like tire squirt. This alteration also facilitates increased anti-dive characteristics, enabled by lower shock absorber and torsion bar placements. The frontal suspension layout is expected to be a pull rod design, primarily justified by increased anti-dive and minimal interference with the front wing's airflow. While aerodynamic performance is key in ground effect cars, power unit improvements also play a key role in overall performance gains, and that is where Ferrari are making certain gains next. To understand the improvements that Ferrari technicians have made for the Italian power unit, let's consider the elements available. The contribution of energy from the motor generators is divided between the traction phase and the straight. In the first case, the MGUH works, unloading the energy accumulated during full throttle. In the straights, it's the MGUK that provides support, releasing the kinetic energy accumulated during braking. For the 2024 power unit, the energy during the charging and discharging phases will be maximized by software optimizations, combined improving the ability to deliver high-level power. Increasing the operation of these components, in turn, means increasing the efficiency of the power unit, acting on factors such as ignition times, motor generation management, and injection. Couple both the aero and mechanical changes we have talked about. These accumulate to the 95% change Vassar talked about earlier on. Adding more, Ferrari have been able to shed weight, approximately 6 kilograms, equating to a gain of about 1/10 of performance. Also, recent reports revealed that Ferrari have been able to gain 30 points of downforce, equating to about half a second worth of performance. Combined, Ferrari have already been able to gain about 7/10 of base performance gain, which will be more due to confidence gain drivers get from these improvements. Recently, simulator data of Project 676 was talked about by Ferrari ambassador Jean Marc, as he went on to say, "Optimism? All we can tell is what the simulator tells us and the sensation of the drivers in the simulator. The track, in any case, is the one that rules and is the final judge," he said. But it is true that last year at this point we were no longer completely convinced with the car from what the simulator told us, and this year the sensations are very different. But we still have to wait to see the car on the track, which will be on February 13th, and then the pre-season test in Bahrain. From all reports we are hearing, Ferrari are witnessing positive gains. Even Charles Leclerc, after his recent simulator session, was happy with how Project 676 has been developed. But what do you guys think? To what extent do you believe the changes we discussed will improve the 2024 Ferrari car? Where in the competitive order do you think Ferrari emerge in the upcoming campaign? We are very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comment section down below. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads to keep yourselves up to date about the 2024 Formula 1 season.